Sunday was our Cars in Cleveland free car show, and it was an awesome time. Here I am, downtown Cleveland. You can see part of the Cleveland skyline behind me and the car show behind me. I'm going to kind of take you on a little tour here on what I saw. It was an absolutely beautiful day, perfect weather, and I hope you all were there. So here's a very cool old Hummer. This is an old Humvee. It's like a matte finish. Really, really good condition. This would be an H1. I think that's an actual AMC General. Here's a 2018 red Bentley Bentayga. That was a fun color, super bright. You see it's got a little bit of clear film on the front there, and really nice trade into our Porsche store. Here's a TRX in orange. That was cool. You can see Joe W. Auto's new G63 right there. That's always nice. And then a Hot Vouture Maybach, one of very few in the country. Here we have a Dodge Challenger in a nice blue color. And here's the Jeep from Jurassic Park, or at least it looks like the Jeep from Jurassic Park. That's a Wrangler that has the T-Rex edition vibes going to it, and there's a Taycan next to it. And here's an old 911. Now, I can't tell for sure, but it looks like that car's from the 80s. Absolutely beautiful. There's a Mustang there, another lizard green 911. And boy, we're moving fast. There's a BMW right there. Can't tell exactly what it is. Looks like it might be an M4. And there we have a Corvette, a new C8 in blue. There's another older Porsche. That one also looks like it might be from the 80s. And then a gold Nissan GTR. And then check this thing out. That is wild. What is that? I can't even tell. I should know, but I don't. So I'm not going to BS my way through it. And there is a Nissan Skyline. If you know, you know, on that car right there. A couple of newer Mercedes-Benz SUVs, GLS 63. There's a GT 63 and our China Blue S63 sedan on display. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And here is a hot McLaren with a blue interior. There's a 911 Heritage Edition in the background. That's the Targa 4S Heritage. And then right in front of it, looks like it might be a Brewster green, or I'm not sure what green it is, but there's another 911 there. Beautiful. And then here we have another McLaren Roadster, Spider, whatever that is they call it. I should know that. Again, I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on all things McLaren. I'm not the biggest McLaren fan in the world, but they are beautiful. There's a Maserati MC20 right there. Very, very nice car in white. Unfortunately, though, that car never really took off, as it is still a Maserati. And we've got a Lamborghini right there, a Roadster, another BMW, another McLaren, it looks like, over there. And what do we have? There's the Maserati again. And then there's a Jaguar. I'm not entirely sure what Jaguar that is, but it better be cool if it's going to be in this car show, and I'm sure it is. We have a Dodge Viper. That I know is a heavily modified car. That's doing over 1,000 horsepower to the rear wheels. You can see it's got the Recharge Rally stickers in it. Another 911. There's a very beautiful 911 that looks like it might also be Albert Blue. That Heritage, by the way, was a paint-to-sample Albert Blue. Another BMW here. Looks like that might be an M4 or an M3. Again, can't tell from just the front end. I think it's an M4. You're all going to roast me in the comments, but that's okay. And then what do we have here? Is that a Pantera? Very cool. Very cool older car right there for sure. Bright red. Kind of looks like an old Ferrari, but it's not. Another Guards Red 911. Beautiful. Convertible. That's the way I like them. And we've got, what is that? Another Corvette right next to it. Another C8 in red. And next to that is another McLaren. Lots of McLaren showed up for this car show. And check out what we've got here. Do you like old G-Wagons with diesel engines? Because that's a G250D right there. Very cool. That car's been getting restored little by little in our service shop. Very, very cool car. We have a Rolls-Royce Wraith. And always nice to see a Rolls. And then we've got an Acura NSX in like a burnt orange color. And then here's a couple of really cool older cars. There's an Audi R8 Spider, by the way. Always have loved the Audi R8. I think that's a great car. Audi did an awesome job with that. And look at that old VW bus. Wow, classic bus. Look how big the VW sign is on that. I mean, truly remarkable. This one has a fantastic paint job. Looks very well taken care of. And that's an old truck there. Not sure at first glance what the make is on it, but it looks like it's got a big hot rod engine underneath it, so absolutely beautiful truck there. And is the tailgate up? It is, but I can't read from here what that is. So there's the back of the Audi R8 Spider. And there is a Lamborghini. I believe that is an Aventador there. Hard to tell from that angle. I think it is. And then we've got a BMW there. That one's all tatted up. Another Corvette. And that is the back half of a Maserati there. I think that looks like just a GT. And that appears to be a 718 that we saw there. And then we're going to take another look at the beautiful day we have in downtown Cleveland. Here is a Chroma Flare looking Corvette. That's a wild paint job, probably wrap, very cool. And then what do we have here? That looks like the back half of a 360 Modena Ferrari, either that or a 430. Going too fast. There's a CLE 53 AMG, my personal favorite Mercedes-Benz right now. And then we have the Spider, the 718 Spider RS Porsche. Absolutely phenomenal car. Phenomenal. And then here is the back of that 911 Targa 4S Heritage. That was a paint to sample in Albert Blue. Very, very cool color. Very cool car. And then over here we have our high-tech silver Magno GT55 that I showed you all just a few days ago. And then here is an older Audi R8. That is a coupe. I believe that's the one that we took on trade a little while back with the carbon side blades. Very nice car. And then we have another Ferrari here, and this one about to get started up by the person who owns it, but unfortunately I don't have the audio for you to hear that. And there were more cars. I didn't get them all, but it was a fantastic day, a lot of fun. Hope to see you all next year.